today I'm reviewing the Coola Mineral Sun Silk Creme. And really quick, I just want to say, purchase all these products with my own money. So if you want to help keep the channel independent, check out all my products at the Amazon link below and at nobsbeauty.com. So, Coola's come out with a few new sunscreens, and their Mineral Sun Silk Creme is a good one for the face, and I had to try it out. Coola makes a lot of great sunscreens, but they also make a few total duds, so I had to try this one out for myself when I saw it come out recently, and now I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts on it based on my Sarah Score scale. And the Coola Sun Silk Creme is a mineral or a physical sunscreen, so it doesn't contain any of the chemical blockers that a lot of other sunscreens have. I know people generally have a very strong preference, either physical, zinc or titanium, or the chemical, because chemicals can be a little bit more elegant. So a lot of people are very opinionated on that. And anyway, so this one is a physical sunscreen, and my first criteria is packaging, and they've done a nice job packaging it. Although I do like the packaging, and it's got a nice pump on it. I do recommend, if you pick this up, keeping it in a cabinet or a darker place, just because the bottle is, although it's frosted, it is clear, so the sun can kind of penetrate in there. So I recommend storing it in a cabinet for that reason. My second criteria is alcohol, and this does not contain any denatured alcohols, so that is always a very good thing, especially when it comes to sunscreen and sun protection. My third criteria is fragrance, and Coola does a good job here again. They didn't include any fragrance ingredients, and it really has no noticeable scent at all, so they did a good job. Coola sometimes can throw a little bit of fragrance in there, and sometimes it's not the best, especially when you're dealing with something that's supposed to protect your skin from sun damage, pollution, and things like free radical damage. When you include denatured alcohol can cause free radical damage in and of itself. So when you're applying something to protect your skin from that and it's doing that, it's just not the best for your skin, especially when you're expecting to be protected from things like that. So my fourth criteria is the manufacturing location, and this is made in the US, so no issues with that. My fifth criteria is ease of use, and very easy to use. So for your whole face and neck, you'll want to use a couple pumps and then smooth it over a serum or a moisturizer if you use one. But it really smooths over skin easily and plays well with other products, which is nice to see. I didn't have any pilling issues with this at all, and a lot of the physical sunscreens can sometimes cause pilling because they're a little bit thicker. And the other thing with this one was that there was no white cast, so you don't have to really overblend it. It does take a little bit of effort and a little bit of finesse, but once you get it massaged over your skin, you won't notice the white cast. So it does take a little bit longer to blend than, say, a chemical sunscreen, but once you get this one blended in, there really won't be much of a white cast, and I never noticed it at all. So I can use this one on its own, and I don't have to worry so much about applying foundation to prevent the white cast. And actually, I'm wearing it under my foundation today, and it also does a nice job as a primer, kind of. So it leaves a nice canvas for makeup application as well, so I can use it in that regard as well. So very easy to use, no issues with that. My sixth criteria is antioxidants, and to be honest, this is really the only thing that let me down a little bit. First of all, sunscreens, when they're made in the U.S., they don't have to list the ingredients in order of the amount of percentage that's included. So normally on all skincare products, the first ingredient, which will normally be water in almost all of them, is the ingredient that makes up the most percentage of the product. So you usually see water, and then there's always glycerin or something like that. And then towards the very bottom are the ingredients that are in minuscule amounts. In sunscreen, because in the United States it's regulated as a drug, because it actually does something active for you, protects your skin, and they're marketing it as a drug, as a sunscreen, they don't have to list it in the amount of percentages. So they're actually, if you look at most of your sunscreens, the first ingredient will be starting with an A, and then the ones toward the bottom, W, Z, Y, whatever. So they're not actually listed in the amount of ingredient in the product. So it does make it confusing for people because on this one it starts out with aloe juice, butylene glycol, caprylyl glycol, caprylic triglyceride, cetearyl alcohol, whatever, I'm not even try to pronounce that. And then at the very bottom is Theobromia cacao seed extract. So it's hard to tell what ingredient is the most. And to be honest, even if this were in alphabetical order, there's not a lot of actual antioxidants in here. Let's see. It's got aloe, niacinamides in there, and then the cocoa extract. But for actual like beneficial ingredients, that's about it. The rest are just in there to preservatives and for the sunscreen. So it's hard to tell, but either way, even if the aloe, niacinamide, and cocoa were at the very top, it still could use some more beneficial ingredients. So if you use this, I do recommend using it under a good heavy serum that contains a lot of them, or a moisturizer that includes some good beneficial ingredients, because this doesn't have a whole lot of them in there. So I don't know why they regulate it like that, because I'd rather know what is in the product in the highest amount and what is in the lowest amount. So anyway, so yeah, not a ton of antioxidants. My 7th criteria is animal testing, and the Coola brand is cruelty-free, which is always a good thing. My 8th criteria is performance, and this performs nicely, provides SPF 30 protection, which is about the lowest you want to go. I don't recommend going below 30 on a daily basis. You'll see a lot of sunscreens that are SPF 15, SPF 10. Don't rely on that because that doesn't provide enough. You want to go 30 or above, especially if you're looking for aging prevention. That's where you want to be. Provides a nice canvas for makeup application, works well under foundation. If you have dry skin, I do recommend using this under a good serum and moisturizer. If you have oily skin, using this over a good antioxidant serum is probably going to be enough for you. By the end of the day, my skin still has a nice matte finish, which is nice, and it doesn't look greasy. Some sunscreens can be too greasy. This one isn't, and I really like that about it. This one, actually, to be honest, is what I was really hoping the Sun Silk drops could be, but the Sun Silk drops included too much fragrance for me. But if you're in the market for the Sun Silk drops, I think this one's going to be one that you like, even though it's a totally different formulation. The Mineral Sun Silk Creme is what I wanted the silk drops to be, really. So my 9th criteria is the price, and it is a little pricey. However, this is a larger bottle than many other sunscreens. This is 1.5 ounces. Most sunscreens are 1 ounce, and it's $42 is the retail price. However, you can always check out sales. Ulta will have it on sale, I'm sure, from time to time. So it's always worth checking that out first. And just remember that it's a larger bottle. You almost get 50% more. What's in the Sun Silk drops? The Sun Silk drops are 1 ounce, and I think they're $42 as well. So you get double, almost half more, 50% more. 1.5 is double. No, I don't know. You get more. It's a better deal. And it's kind of a 2-in-1 product because it moisturizes and kind of primes at the same time. So, and then the 10th criteria is the it factor. And I didn't give it the it factor. It's definitely a winner for a zinc-based sunscreen. It's a little pricey. It does lack a significant amount of antioxidants and beneficial ingredients, which is really the only place where they went wrong with this. I love that it's SPF 30 and applies with little to no white cast. And then those with oily skin might find this is all they need to use with a good antioxidant serum. Those with dry skin want to use it with a serum and moisturizer. But overall, it's pretty close to being everything I wanted. So it's a good one. Overall, I got a 7 out of 10. If they would have just changed a little bit and added a couple more beneficial ingredients, that would have went a long way with me. But overall, it's still a good option, especially if you have oily skin. And yeah, so really liking it. Worth checking out. And I'm interested if you guys have a chance to try this out yet or not, or if you've tried anything else out from Coola. What have you tried and how have you liked it? So leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And check out nobsbeauty.com and the Amazon link below. And thank you guys so much.